So, my name is Quindell Evans.
What's good? It's now Alexander in the building.
And I'm reading a book called The Buddha Walks into a Bar, A Guide to Life for a New Generation by Lodro Rensler. And
I'm reading this book called Psychastra, yeah. Key to Secret ESP Control.
Right. And I think, it'd be nice to share a couple takeaways from this book that I'm reading type shit, because I feel like a lot of the lessons that's in this book could be like applied in everyday life. One of the lessons that I think could be applied to this moment right now is letting go of expectations, because in having expectations, you often run into letdown type shit, and that's one of the things that is stated in this book. I'm gonna find out where they say that at in a minute. But what's some of the takeaways you take away from your book?
Alright, so this book right here is obviously dealing with while I'm holding this book right now, it's a black book and it's like very simple. But when you go into it, you open up the book, the text and the font is really small. And I would say it's about like 300 pages. But the appearance, long story short, the appearance of this book is interesting. So mine is The Key to Secret ESP Control, right? Psychastra is the name of the book. And Blue Poetry over here said he got the book in some magical way, I think. Do you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, if you look up the book, like in on Amazon or anywhere, the book will probably be, I'm gonna check right now. If you look it up, it'll probably be really expensive to find a copy. And yeah, so I got it from Etsy, you feel me? So that I made sure I'll be able to get it for, I'm looking it up right now and on Amazon right now, and it's literally saying sorry, we out of that. It's literally not coming up. It's literally really difficult to find. So I had to get the Etsy copy, you feel me, for the low ski. You feel me?
Had to get it for the low ski
because it's a really, really powerful book. Once again, what does the title mean? What does Psychastra means? And what is ESP?
Yo, that's crazy. So I'm gonna tell you the story real quick. Brother got a lot of books, so I just picked up the book. Well, actually, no. He gave it to me and was like, yo, this book right here, I think you'll find it interesting. So, I don't know what it means. It's my first time, you know what I'm saying, looking at this book or whatever. But I'm thinking it deals with psych, probably that deals with mind. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with the mind and how the mind is functioning as far as processing information. You know what I'm saying? And how they receive information, how they process, how they analyze, and I would say dealing with visualization, a lot of social cues and social things. So
high key, anything that has the word psych on it is gonna be for the mind. Psychological. You feel me? And then the second part of the word is.
But that's what I'm saying. The other part is Astra. I'm like, I don't know what that part means, but it reminds me of orchestra. And when I think of orchestra, I think of a lot of things coming together. So, mind coming together, different things dealing with the mind coming together, right?
Astral in that sense is referring to your astral self, like astral traveling.
Oh, Astra. I mean, yo, I'm about to look up what Astra means right now because I think that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, orchestra would be an ES, not an AS, so it would be orchestra. This is Astra. So I think what you said is right, though. Your mind coming together with your astral self. But what are some takeaways you got from the book, though? Like, what's something you take away you got from the book? Matter of fact, while you looking at in part 3 of the book, it says letting go into space. And the chapter 14 is pluck the arrow from your eye and see the world more clearly. And in the beginning of this chapter, I'm going to read from here. In a lot of relationships, in some sense, each party wants something from each other that they were not willing to give. Each party expects the other to change over time in order to accommodate those expectations. What we come to find out is whenever we set expectations down in stone like this, we are sure to end up disappointed. We be having psychological expectations in our mind of someone else, and we end up disappointed when our expectations that we imagine don't come into fruition.
That's deep.
You feel me? So high key, I think a lot of existing in the world with other people, a lot of it could be more easier if we just let go. Like, let go and just
let go of what though?
Let go into space.
I'm just gonna throw it up into space,
just let it go. Because sometimes we expect things, we have expectations, and we meet those expectations. And when we meet those expectations, we don't even we're not even fulfilled. Like we got what we wanted, but it's not even enough. Had we let go and just let things be, we would realize that we're now creating more than enough. Like we now is like, have abundance. It's like, I want $2,000 by the end of the year. Let go, and then next thing you know, niggas got 4,000.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's like, let go because, okay, I know I can get 2,000 by the end of the year if I was to work at this job, at this place, at this time. Or let go and just find opportunities and see. And next thing you know, I'm able to save more. So sometimes we're so stuck on our material, physical, mental expectations instead of being, free. Remember I said freedom earlier. With the throat chakra shit, it was like, freedom is mastery. To be free, just to allow things to flow freely is mastery compared to control. I'm getting so much downloads from this book. Like another term that they use is, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, I don't care. I pronounce it as bodhicitta. It could be bodhicitta. I don't know, it could be bodhicitta. I don't know, I don't care. But I like to call it bodhicitta. And it's a term that means something along the lines of compassion. Bodhicitta means like open heart or light heart or it's something along the lines of light heart. And to me that aligns with Ma'at. Ma'at is about being lighthearted. That also aligns with Guan Yin, which also means compassion. These are the Ma'at is the deity or the principle, the divine faculty of lightheartedness, of balance, of harmony, of justice. We call it the goddess of. I like to say divine faculty or the principle. You know, because when you think of God as God, you kind of think outside of yourself. But when you think principle, you think with the principles that you hold. You know? So one of the principles in this book, it's a Buddhist principle, is bodhicitta, which means lightheartedness. It means compassion, which means understanding others. You know, it's okay. It's okay for others to have differences. It's okay. It allow things to be free. You know, allow others to make mistakes. Allow others to be who they are, type shit. And I think that freedom, that's mastery, because that's how you master relationships. You know, because if you have limitations that you put on yourself, then most likely you're going to put limitations on others. But if you're free with yourself, you allow yourself to flow freely, and you allow others to flow freely. And allowing others to flow freely is how you exist in this world freely. How you exist by yourself is whatever. You know? You're not in this world alone. But you're practicing. You're practicing how to be in a relationship with others by practicing how you be in a relationship with yourself. You know? So I would want to be, you know, like free enough. You know? And it takes practice. I would want to be free enough for myself so that I could allow others to be free. So that's one of the takeaways I'm taking from this book, the bodhicitta, different ways of meditation, and, you know, I think, like, these things take, like, real discipline, real practice. It's not some shit you just, you know what I'm saying, could get in a day, maybe, depending on your mental capacity, your spiritual capacity. But high key, I think, like, a Buddha walks into a bar is pretty powerful book, you know, depending on people's capacity. I kind of wish I had read shit like this when I was, like, in college. I think I would have been on another level right now. But it's okay.
What you think you would be doing, like, if you read that in college? Oh, hold on. Let me ask that question because I ain't saying it into the mic. But what you think you'd be doing? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I would have started meditating in college. You the nigga who started teaching me to meditate. You feel me? After college. A few years later, I was already had graduated. I would have wished I was meditating in college. You know, I probably would have graduated with my teacher certification because I was right there. But I chose to party and say, fuck that certification. I'm going to just take a lesser degree type shit. I had very little discipline in college. My discipline, my major was pussy and my minor was party. You know, with some meditation, you know what I'm saying? My major would still probably been pussy, but my minor would have probably been meditation. You heard? Like, because I love meditation. Once you taught me meditation, I ain't stopped, nigga. You feel me? It's been 7 years since you taught me. And I've been going strong. How I keep. Like, different. I know so many different meditations right now. I dove deep into meditation type shit. Dove deep, real deep. Like, to the point where it's just like, you know, like, I ain't even trying to fuck a bitch if I ain't meditating with her. Like, just personally, I feel like, you know, we need to connect. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Before we get there, like, before I get up in your drawers, I want to connect with you. You know? But high key, I use some of those techniques I learned in that book you're reading right there while I'm fucking bitches. But you ain't tapped in yet. You just reading the testimonials. So what kind of testimonials you get for this motherfucker?
Man, that's yo. This book right here, man. First of all, I want to say that was a great intro, bro. Like,
no doubt.
The way you communicate that and elaborate that. So, you know, I gotta speak fluently, like myself, but fluently. So I read this chapter, right? And usually how I read books, I might need to read the chapter twice when I first get back into like my reading process. So for me, you know, I might not fully digest all the information at first because I have to train my brain to do that when it comes to reading. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting back reading, and we're going to read this book. I'm going to read this whole book. You know what I'm saying? So I guess we're going to have a lot of podcast episodes coming up talking about the book he's reading and the book I'm reading. So the first chapter, right, is called How Locking Secret ESP Control. How Locking Secret ESP Control. Now, mind you, like, I didn't fully know. I don't know. I know what it means because he told me what ESP means. But in order, I guess, for a person to know or for me to know, you would have to just like find out in the book, because in the first chapter, I don't even think it tells you, you know, what ESP is. So it's like, it's interesting. It makes it interesting. It's like, what is this ESP? And what do it mean, bro?
Extra sensory perception. I don't think it's going to tell you in the book. It's just something that you should probably, you know, like they expect you to know before you get up in there, or expect you to Google shit like that. That's a book you sitting next to. You know what I'm saying? Like you Googling in between shit, reading to find out what's going on. You know, and that's how we should read books. We should be ready to have a dictionary right there. You know what I'm saying? Be researching in between, shit like that. But yeah. ESP, extra sensory perception.
Extra sensory perception.
What does that mean to you? What does extra sensory perception mean to you?
Extra sensory.
Just off hearing it.
What is it?
Perception.
Perception. Extra. So like, the person has a perception, a view on something, and they're very sensitive to their own perceptions. They're sensitive to their perception and how they perceive things. And what sensitive means is it goes along with delicate. It goes along with using your senses, you know, such as smell, you know, taste, vision, hearing. So it says perception is extra sensory perception. It's just like they're sensitive with other people's perceptions, and they could understand where people are coming from and be like empathetic, be like sympathetic. And also it could benefit in other ways in how they process information and how they perceive, you know what I'm saying, like things, you know what I'm saying, like it's sensitive, you feel me?
Type shit.
So I know like when I'm sensitive, right, like I'm sensitive to things. That means I'm aware. My sensitivity makes me aware. You know what I'm saying? So if my eyesight is 20/20, and I was taught how to use my eyes, how to strengthen my eyes visually, like train my eyes to see far, train my eyes to see in the dark, you know, my perception is going to be different from somebody that never tried to train their eyes to shoot a gun or see something far away. There's certain ways a person can train their eyes, you know, to make them better. You know what I'm saying? And with that sensory, and when that's enhanced or it's sensitive to things, it picks up. So like a camera that's like wiggling around, but it's sensitive. It sees everything because it picks up on the wind. It picks up,
there we go,
you know, on different things that's like moving around. You know what I'm saying? So like a camera, you know what I mean? So that's just with the eyes. Like something with the nose is like, you know, smelling something, you know, and knowing if it's fresh or not, you know. memories when it comes to smelling your food. You know, like certain smells make you memorize certain things, but having a good nose, you could smell some good pussy from a mile away. You know, for real. Like, you know, your smell could straight signal to your dick, bro, to let you know this is not good. This is not good vagina. Or
why am I smelling it?
Yeah, why am I smelling it? So, like, if your nose is in tune with your mind and with your senses, and you're in tune, it'll let you know certain things. And all you would have to do is basically listen to your body. You know what I'm saying? Because your senses could do it for you. If you listen, you smell it, it turns you off. Just don't eat it. You know what I'm saying? It makes your stomach rumble. It might not be for you. Something might not be there's an ingredient in there that doesn't agree with the person's stomach. You know what I'm saying? So, like, with hearing, you know, I'm pretty sure people hear differently. Like, I know there's people that can hear conversations from the other room. Like, people like that exist that have very good hearing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it makes them aware of other people's conversation. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to their perception and understanding how things work socially, because their ability to hear, you know what I'm saying? And then there's different ways to hear. Like, what are you hearing when somebody is saying something to you? Is that their spirit speaking to you? Did you manifest that person to just come up to you and say something? Like, what are you listening to in your environment? Are you listening to your environment? You know what I'm saying?
Type shit.
Are you listening to the opportunities? You know what I mean? That are present. You know, that's how I view, like, hearing sensory, like, and it deals with listening. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, and I feel like with our senses, we could listen. Like, listening, like, can be applied to vision. Listening could be applied to hearing. Listening could be applied to smell. So I think it's also how we listen. How do we listen to our senses? Do we listen to our senses? Do we trust our senses?
Type shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Type.
So I think we all have senses. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. Now, high key. The subtitle of the book is Key. It's secret, right? Let me see. The key to secret ESP control. ESP plus control. You know what I'm saying? So high key, you broke down the basic physical senses. But this is about the extra sense.
Right.
This is extra sensory perception. So you broke down sensory perception. The book is about extra sensory perception. So you got those 5 senses. This is about that 6th one. That's what this book is going to let you know, that you got a 6th sense. You got another whole sense. You got another whole sense. You can smell, you can touch, you can taste, you can hear, whatever. But you got a whole nother one. That's what this book going to show you how to use that other sense. High key. That's my testimonial.
Yo, I feel like you really swagging on the oh, that's my phone real quick. I feel like you really swagging on the mic, bro. So look, yeah.
That's my testimonial, but I want to hear what testimonials you heard in that book.
So look, bro. I'm about to show you. It's about to be lit. I just want to let you know. I know you excited because I done found out some stuff in here that I feel like I'm gonna apply to my life, and whoever is watching this, they're gonna apply this to this.
To damn life. Right.
You know what I'm saying? When anybody that reads, I just want to say this: anybody that reads, you know how important reading is, and you know how, like, reading the right thing could change your life. You know what I'm saying? So this isn't like a regular book. And I read the first chapter, and I want you to know I'm gonna read the book because it's a very interesting book, and these methods are things that I feel people do consciously and subconsciously, but mostly subconsciously. And it's good to have people, right, that write these books, that record other people's experiences and get into detail on how they accomplished certain goals and how they were able to do certain things. Like people, for example, punching through bricks. Or for example, like...
How much that book is right now?
Man, you tell the crowd, bro. That shit crazy. That's crazy right there. That's a lot of money.
How much is the book that you about to... How much is the book that you about to put niggas on to, bro? How much? What's the price you just saw?
Matter of fact, I think we should let them guess. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody on the podcast, right? Like, if they listening to it, if they guess the right amount.
They could just Google this shit. They ain't got to guess, nigga. They could see exactly what I'm seeing right now.
Oh, damn. That would have been good, though. That would have been good. But, yeah, they could. But anyway, yeah, the book is a lot of money, yo. Like, it's a lot of money. Like, y'all could look it up and y'all could find it out. And then y'all post it. Y'all could post it in the comments when y'all see this. You know what I'm saying? But the book is a lot of money. Like, you're not just going to buy that book unless you know what's in it. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way you're going to buy the book. So, alright, man. The first chapter is within you can make miraculous changes in your life, right? So that's the chapter, and the chapter has different stories about people that have done amazing things and lessons that we can apply in our everyday life. So this first chapter is about this man named Jim Cohan, and long story short, I'm just going to read you a little bit of it. Please. So you can have a better understanding.
Please.
So it says, by merely touching the key to secret ESP control, that's the name of the book, can do for yourself what Jim Cohan did for himself and much more. Just do it the way Jim did it. First of all, refuse to see yourself as growing old. I'm going to do a Dr. Umar Johnson. I'm going to repeat it 3 times.
Yeah. Refuse to see yourself.
Refuse to see yourself as growing old. All right, we're going to pause it right there. That's very important. I know people personally that are like 60 years old, but because they stay active, and it's their mindset of like, I could do whatever I want for however long I want. You know what I'm saying? And I think I'm young. I feel like I'm young. That's what people would say. They'll be like, I feel like I'm young.
I'm more than young. I am immortal. Can I get one of those out your mouth?
Hey man, bro, you got it, bro.
Can I get one of those? Can I hear you say that?
Now, I already know that.
Can I hear you say it? Let's can we affirm for the niggas that we are immortal? Can we affirm for the listeners?
Yo, we immortal, bro. Like, we immortal type shit. We immortal. I'm immortal. You're immortal.
There we go.
Right? We all immortal.
I am immortal. I am immortal. I am eternal.
Right.
You feel me? And that's the type of time we on this podcast. We're not playing with niggas. We ain't got time to play with niggas.
Yeah.
Like, we ain't got time to play with niggas.
These niggas ain't playing.
These niggas ain't playing.
These niggas ain't playing.
I don't know if you hear what I'm saying, but these niggas ain't playing.
It looks like these niggas ain't playing. So look, y'all. Check this out.
Yeah, let's
check this out. So, alright. Refuse to see yourself as growing old. So I want you to know, like, I've seen at least 5 people, or even more, definitely with women, but it's very interesting when you see it with a man too, like, because you see it with women, like, oh, she looks good for her age, you know what I'm saying? But when you see a healthy dude and he's really 60 but he looks like he's like 35, then it's like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? It's different.
Shit.
You look at it different. And because I'm a dude too, so it's like, you know, dudes that's like 40 be looking like they 40. You feel what I'm saying? Or looking like they 50. Or is that really how they're supposed to look when they're 40? Or is that what we're just used to seeing? You know what I'm saying? But I know when I see, I'm not going to say I know when I see, but when I do see older person and they tell me their age, I'll be shocked about it. So I feel like, you know, that's very important. You know, it's all about the mind. When I look at that, it makes me think it's all about your thought process. Basically, what I'm getting out of this is that, like, you could do anything you put your mind to, right? I'm gonna start off there. So if you tell yourself, yo, and you believe it, it's about a person believing what they're telling themselves. You know what I'm saying? Actually believing that, like, yo, I'm not gonna get old. But what makes a person really believe that? Like, they'll tell you, they'll be like, yo, I take care of my health. That's the first thing they'll say, bro. They'll be like, yo, I take care of my health. You know, I stay active.
Type shit.
You know what I'm saying? They stay mentally active.
I think this book is beyond that, though. I think this book is beyond any physical taking care of your health type of shit.
Bro, that's just one part. This is just one sentence. Yeah. That's what I got from that. That one sentence. It's with the mind. You know what I'm saying? And what a person is reaffirming to themselves type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it starts with that process of psyching themselves out, in other words. You know what I'm saying?
Type shit.
Mind over matter type shit.
There we go.
Like, that's the book. You know what I'm saying? It's mind over matter type shit. How can I change my circumstance? How can I change how I'm living right now? How do I need to perceive this to get the desired outcome that I want out of the situation? Type shit. You know what I'm saying? So the next thing it says is seize your opportunities whenever they appear.
It's 4:44, by the way. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay, 4:44. That's it. Seize your opportunities whenever they appear. Right. So I know that to be true. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of opportunities, me personally, like, I'll see. You know what I'm saying? And it all depends on me. So I can't really blame people in my life because I'm able to see the opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got eyes, but it's not just about your eyes. It's about, are you listening to your environment? Are you listening to what, you know, the outcome of the situation is saying? You know what I'm saying? Am I listening? So when it comes to seizing the opportunity, like, you know, job opportunities, let's just make it real simple. You know, somebody has mentioned Indeed to people. You know what I'm saying? Or if you go around and, you know, you ask people, like, what's going on? You know, I need a job, this and that. Somebody's going to say yes. But there are times where the job comes to you. You know what I'm saying? And that's about seizing the opportunity. You know, somebody could mention something, and if you act on what a person mentions and you follow through with it, a person now will be able to see, like, yo, seizing the opportunity does work, and there's a lot of opportunities around me. But it takes a person being aware. You know what I'm saying? A person has to be aware that there's opportunities around them every day. So that's the first thing. Like, there's opportunities around us every day. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta dig in. What do I mean by, like, okay, we gotta dig in? Like, you gotta ask yourself, like, what do I want? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do I want? You have to have a want. You know, hey, I want some money, or I want to get a girl, a boyfriend, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? You gotta start off with your want, right? So now you got a want. There's gonna be opportunities for that want. You gotta put yourself. A person has to put themselves where that opportunity can happen. They have to either build themselves up. So, for example, I want a girl. You know what I'm saying? So, if I want a girl, you know, I gotta, you know, and I don't got nothing. Let's just say I'm a bare man, but I know I want a woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm a bare man out here butt naked, like walking around. You know what I'm saying? And I say, yo, I want a woman. So, I'ma observe. You feel what I'm saying? I'ma observe first. And see, like, okay, what do women like? What do they respond to type shit? Like, I'm going to sit down and observe, like, what do they like? What makes them come back? You know what I'm saying? And this and that and the other. And I'm going to learn. So you observe to see how to get what it is you want. So let's say I want a Game Boy. You know, I want a Game Boy. Why I want the Game Boy or whatever. the opportunity is going to present itself. I don't want to get too deep in that because I almost lost my train of thought. But I know people get what I'm saying. There's opportunities all around. We just got to open
What you're
up
saying
our
is put
eyes.
your mind to it and it'll just come.
Right. Put your mind to it. Seize the opportunities whenever they appear. He said whenever they appear. That's pretty deep because it's like you got to have the energy to do that too. That's why I think being healthy matters because, opportunities do present themselves all the time, but are we in a space to receive? You know what I'm saying? Are we in a space to receive?
That's a good question.
All right. Okay. Seize the opportunities whenever they appear. So, as long as you remain within the law by never getting old, Jim kept his back erect. Basically, they saying, his spine, he healthy and shit. You feel me? So, he lived simply and took care of his health and therefore never fell outside the picture. And you must abound with confidence in yourself. Period. That's what that one was about. Boom. So, we going to go to a part of your book, or you want to continue on with this one? Because I got like 3 or 4 more like lessons that they was going through in this one chapter alone. You know what I'm saying?
We could talk about the Buddha walks into a bar.
And I want to say that's kind of fire. Buddha walks into a bar.
Yeah, I think it's about like just the title alone is like letting you know that like what we call God, or supreme being could get drunk, could walk into a bar, could party, could exist among us.
Yeah, I think that's the part that gets me. Like, Buddha exists among us.
Type shit. I mean, if you know the story of Buddha, how Buddhism, how Buddhism became a religion, a spiritual sector, a study. He was a Moor and teaching ancient African spirituality around the world. So he went to India.
He was a Moor?
Yeah. He was a
they
Moor.
They don't show Buddha wearing the red fez.
Why not?
I'm just saying.
He always got little curly ass, nappy ass hair. You ain't never seen a straight head Buddha. I
mean, the reason why I could be like, okay, Buddha being a Moor, like I'm a very open-minded person, so it's like, okay, Moor is definitely navigated around the world type shit.
First of all, there's many Buddhas. There's masculine or men Buddhas, and there's female or feminine Buddhas.
Okay.
Type shit.
Right. So, these are people, when you say that they're Moor, as soon as I hear Moor, I'm thinking of ships. As soon as I hear Moor, I think of ships.
Yeah, they traveled around the world teaching the world what the world, everything the world has right now, from politics to science, education, to spirituality.
When I think of Moors, I think of doctors, like how we would see a doctor today. Mm-hmm. Doctors, and also master gunmen. They didn't have guns around that time. Maybe they did. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even going to take it that far. But I would say definitely mastering weaponry and a doctor at the same time. And a person that knew how to navigate a boat on an ocean type shit.
Type shit, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a doctor herself, you know what I'm saying? But also a person that knows combat, and they use it militarily. Like, I would say that would be the Navy today. It would be considered the Navy. People that what we consider Marines. You know what I'm saying?
Type shit.
So they would be the Marines of that time, period. The American Marines of that time. No, I wouldn't even know because I'm not as educated on the moorish science. So let me not even say that, because I don't know the founding history of the Moors like that. But, wherever they was at. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. Yeah, so that's how I view the Moors. And then, so when you say Buddha more, it's different. It's different for me because I know that it's possible, and I know that other people of melanated complexion, brown people, adopted that mindset and was using that mindset. And who's to say that they wasn't no more? You get what I'm saying?
Type shit. But high key, yeah. The more civilized the world gave the world everything that is practicing today. Gave us the foundation of everything we're practicing today. So Buddha was, if Ptah, or if Buddha and Ptah is kind of like the same word, so I slipped up. But anyways, if this Moor went to Asia and taught them spirituality, but this Moor came from Africa, different grains, fruits, vegetables grow based on climate in Asia. So he would literally teach spirituality and in turn, receive food and drinks that's not native to his land, and bring it back, type shit. So high key, like Buddha walks into a bar, to me reminds me just of Moor walking across the world, traveling the world, and teaching the world everything it knows today. It might walk into a bar. He might walk into a bar in one country or continent, and in the next country he might walk into it. He might have to teach spirituality in the temple. He might have to, he taught the sciences of temples and how to build, temples for the divine, So high key, like, yeah, these Moors are the ones who had to make sure we would at least be able to, quote unquote, survive today. And, because they people is going on. Alright, if we don't civilize everybody, this shit could be hectic in 1,000 years. And it is hectic, but it's survivable because we got, quote unquote, morals and spiritual doctrines that keep shit in check. So the Moors held it down. We got spiritual doctrines which leads to politics and government type shit.
Hey, now that we speaking on the Moors, like, when I did my own personal research, and people do say the Moors, do you agree that the Moors taught many Caucasian or all the Caucasian race how to, like, shower, how to clean up?
That's basic shit. The Moors taught every race how to do everything.
So, like, where you, like, when I hear that, right? But you just said everybody.
Everybody.
So, well, like, everybody else uncivilized in other places, or was it just European people?
You mean with everybody in caves? What are you saying?
Like, if the Moors taught, like, alright, if the Moors taught European people, right, how to take a shower and stuff like that, like, this is a race of people. It taught this race of people that probably in the 100,000s, like a whole race of people did not know how to take a shower. You understand what I'm saying? Like, where were these people at? What was their life like? If they didn't know how to, if they were walking like us, but they didn't know how to take a shower or brush their teeth. Like, so that's why I'm thinking, like, was it just them that the Moors taught? Like, what was the time frame period? You know what I'm saying? Like, was everybody else civilized at one point and they just taught them? Like, and then when they taught them, then that's how the stuff grew. But what makes me think that is true is because I do remember the Neolithic and the Paleolithic ages. You know what I'm saying? When you just read up on it. And, their history does go back only 6,000 years. Like, that's where it starts at. Like, it doesn't start past, like, 6,000 years past, like, the Roman Empire. And ancient Egypt has, like, we was here thousands of years before. You feel what I'm saying? Like, in Africa, possibly in other places. You know what I'm saying? All over. So it's showing that we were civilized. Even the Mayans, they were here basically before, and that's in Americas. You know what I'm saying? Before the Caucasians. So what it makes me think is that if we were all here before, and they're just 6,000 years old, like
so what I would say is, for one, if you're gonna think about the world in terms of time and who was here and when this happened type shit, first thing I would say is the world from an African-centered perspective works in cycles. So we need to prevent ourselves from thinking about the world in, indoctrinated ways, such as using terms like timeline, because it makes it seem like it's a timeline, like it's linear. This happened, and this happened, and this happened, and this happened. And it's just like, and that kind of limits our perspective, our perception of how things really works.
Oh, but I'm sorry, just to bring it back in, that's what the Moors makes me think of. It makes me question that. Like, the Moors, everybody says, like you said, like it's a basic thing. So it makes me think about that, because it's like, damn, you civilized the whole people that did not know how to wash. Like we talking about sensitivity, perception. That's all. That's
sensory perception.
Sensory perception.
But how key, like,
that's all. Like, it makes me think extra. Like,
but check this. First thing is, like, get out of timeline mentality, as if this happened and this happened and this happened. I understand that things works in cycles. The African understood, if there's different people elsewhere, that's what we got to be in order to make sure shit is situated. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna make sure shit is situated no matter where that. You feel me? Like, Africa understood that it wasn't about, Africa is ours and Asia is theirs, and there was no place as Europe, and Europe kind of still doesn't exist, but that land isn't theirs. Like, this is all ours type shit. Like, everything is Africa. Like, the whole world is home. We've never been immigrants. Feel me? Once you know yourself, you can never be ignorant. So high key, like...
Oh, that was a bar?
High key, like... The minute Asian became a thing, Moors is like, we got to make sure they good over here. The minute the Indian became a thing, we got to make sure they good over here. Period. The minute the minute there was a way we could differentiate between race or creed or or genetics, like the way we could differentiate a people, the Moors is going to make sure they was good. So high key, like when we talk about the Caucasian, it makes it seem like everyone was civilized and the Caucasian wasn't. And what I'm trying to say is, like, understand that the Moor civilized everyone. Everyone.
Okay.
Everyone. Oh, there's just racist people that didn't know how to shower and didn't know how to brush their teeth. Okay, what do you think the Chinese learned all of these martial arts, and what do you think they learned how to have this metal nature, this hieroglyphic style language? Where do you think their language come from?
But that's what I'm saying.
So we taught everyone how to speak.
It made me think that because it's like they went through an age though where it was like the Dark Ages.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. Like, we need to get out of this timeline bullshit.
Now, I feel you. Like, I'm just saying, it just makes me think about it. Like, I don't know why. Like, when I think about it, it's like, Yeah, I understand that they civilize everybody. I get that part.
Who went through a dark age?
They did.
Who's they?
European people.
How do you know that?
Because it's in their history.
Exactly. So what I'm trying to say is, get out of their history and get into yours.
I already know about my history. That's how I found out about this. Because when I go to my history and my history books and my ancestors that write books, they say the same. They say they even go deeper than that. But I'm just bringing. That's just surface. That's really just surface. They go way deeper. They talk about aliens and stuff. I'm just chilling. It just raises the question when I hear Moor civilize the people and they went through the dark ages and what it was really like and where certain things actually stem from.
Bro,
I don't know about makes
no dark
me question
ages.
that.
I don't believe in no dark ages. That's not African to me. To talk about somebody went through a dark age, darkness is beautiful to me. So to call a dark age something negative, some bullshit. High key. And I don't think that that's a dark age.
They said it. I'm just saying.
I'm repeating myself. We need to stop looking at this timeline.
Hey man,
from the European perspective. No. Let's talk. Like, let's get there. Like, this is what a podcast is about. Niggas wait till shit get good, and niggas want to. Oh no, forget it. Like, no, let's go there, nigga. We here.
I'm just saying. Look,
we here. Yeah,
we here.
Okay, so fuck a dark age. Darkness is beautiful to me because all my people are dark. Number one. Number two, that's not no African shit. I never heard African niggas talk about Europeans going through a dark age. And number three,
they don't have the same books. I doubt that they have the same books that's in the Schomburg Library. I doubt that they have the same books in New York. We from New York.
Who's
like
they? Who keep saying they?
You saying you never heard no Africans talk about that? I
never heard no African talk about it. I never heard an African. That's not an African perspective. You don't hear no African center perspectives talking about shit like that. When you're talking about history, our story, mystery, whatever you want to call it, when we talking about this, the event, when we talking about historical, that's just the word we're going to use right now, history. We talking about historical events. Whose perspective are you talking from? Because if we went through a dark age, that would probably be something beautiful. Dark age is pregnancy. When you're in the womb, you're in darkness. You're in triple darkness. Three semesters, trimesters is what we call them, of darkness. That's a dark age, and that's the pinnacle of birth. That's how you got here, going through the dark ages. So when we talk about a group of people going through a dark age of something wrong, negative, we're now looking from their perspective.
Bro, okay, let me.
Let me. Because I don't understand if birth is natural, why would we call it a dark age? If
nobody calls birth a dark age.
I do.
Okay. All right.
So high key.
I get where you're going with this, but
so
listen.
High key. You don't get where I'm going with this. Because what I'm trying to tell you is, it's natural. It is.
I never said it wasn't.
No. It's natural.
Good, cool.
No.
Okay.
I'm going to repeat that. Mm-hmm. It is natural. So, if the way you live is according to nature, how can it be a problem? The African is the life force of the world.
Okay, you're getting off topic, brother.
I'm not. I'm all the way on topic. I'm all the way on topic.
All right, so listen,
and that's the thing is, like, once we get on topic, niggas get lost.
Okay, no.
Because niggas are so used to being so indoctrinated.
I just know. We're going to deal with this dark ages. We're going to deal with the dark ages. We're going to deal with the dark ages. Look,
dealing with it.
All right, so look.
I'm dealing with it.
I want to say what I got to say real quick. Cause
go ahead. Could you even get back to the European school system type of talk,
right, so
like
look,
knowledge?
So look, all right. So
and
look.
It's like, what about our knowledge?
Okay, so cool. I'm saying when I heard about the Moors, they're enlightening. I look at them as doctors, not just doctors. Let me just say this: scientists. They were scientists of that time that were black people. And navigating ships. They were the Marines. Not just the Marines, but an organization of people going around healing and doing a whole bunch of stuff. Right? That's what it brings me to. So when you... And then they say, you went through a dark ages. Right? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's leave the dark ages.
Hey, just go there,
let's just
bro.
Say, no, let's just say they went through...
Term.
Let's just say
that's
they went
term
through...
you want to use it.
Let's just say they went
whatever
through...
term you want to use.
Let's just call it a zombie apocalypse.
Why?
Why
would you call somebody's nature an apocalypse?
I'm not calling a nature an apocalypse.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, then.
That's what I'm trying to say. Niggas is calling someone's nature a negative thing.
I didn't say their nature was a. I didn't say their nature was that.
Yes, it is.
I didn't say their nature was that. I said they went through something like.
Are they going through nature?
I said they went through a zombie apocalypse. How am I talking about their nature? They went through a zombie apocalypse. That's what I said.
What about what they were going through is not natural to them?
Okay, that's a better way to word it. You trying to get it off my chest. I just said what came to mind.
What about what they're going? What about what you say they're going? I'm going to ask you a question. Mm-hmm. I want you to think about this.
Yeah.
However, the Caucasian was behaving prior to the Moor civilizing them, what about it was unnatural to them? What about it is unnatural?
What about what is unnatural?
The way they were behaving prior to the Moor civilizing them and teaching them things. What about how they were living is unnatural for us to call it a dark age?
That's what I'm saying. I didn't create that perception.
So why are you talking about it as if it's an apocalypse right now? What perception do you actually have of it?
Well, we're having this conversation because I told you what I thought about the Moors, and then you went on a whole thing about,
Listen.
You went on the whole thing.
What the European or the Caucasian or the Urugu, the whatever term we want, the Wazungu, what these motherfuckers do to you is that's what they do to you. That's and we're gonna do the same thing. That's what I'm trying to say. What they do is they look at niggas in their natural state and call them wild, primitive, need civilization, third world.
Okay, I see where you're coming from.
And so, what about? Do you think? What about the Dogon? What about these tribes? What about the Native Americans living on fucking quote unquote reservations? Who reserved this land for them? What about these reservation ass Indian motherfuckers? What about that? It's unnatural. What about the way they're living? Do they need to be civilized? Do they need to be taught how to do anything? Do these niggas in third world countries need to be taught how to use Wi-Fi?
There's certain things.
Talk on the mic, because what I'm saying is that's what. So what I'm saying is, like, why would I look at these Caucasian niggas and say they are unnatural or they're going through some shit when they're living how they desire to live in nature?
Listen.
Because that's what they do. And then they come in and they got on TV these niggas who need help send money. When them niggas was living fine in nature.
Hey, it was just... I just told you...
Speak on the mic.
I just told you what it brought to my mind, right? That's what it brought to my mind.
Okay, bro, we could say that all the time. I'm asking you a question, and it seems like you can't even dig in the part of your brain cell to answer the question.
What's the question?
What about the way these niggas was living was unnatural? For niggas to call it a dark age.
What's unnatural? They was eating each other.
What about is unnatural to them?
When it comes to, like, people...
What about eating each other is unnatural?
Because I wouldn't just...
Go ahead.
I wouldn't just eat somebody, bro.
Who's I?
Me.
From what perspective you wouldn't eat somebody?
I wouldn't eat somebody.
Why wouldn't you eat somebody?
Because
you ain't got somebody on the grill right now. You ain't got somebody on the grill right now.
Well, I ain't kill him.
So somebody killed him. So just because everybody eating somebody, like somebody killed that nigga. Just you think everybody who ate somebody during that time was the killer? Like somebody killed somebody, bring it back. Somebody killed that nigga and bring it back.
Listen, we're not about to normalize eating people.
No, it's not about normalizing it. It's just understanding from an African perspective. And who's to say African niggas was to eat niggas too? But high key,
according to our history, they wasn't. We don't got
to dig deep, brother.
We don't got history of eating each other.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
And what? Where? Who said it? Matter of fact, no. That's a low blow. I'm asking you who said that. But
I'm reading a book right now.
I don't know. I'm just saying I don't know history what black people eat.
I read a lot. But high key, yes, we do have history of each other. And I will look up the book, and next podcast I will read from you where we can talk about it. The exact people. But high key, what I'm trying to say is, when you looking at a primitive culture and calling them niggas unnatural.
I didn't call them unnatural. You keep on saying...
Or calling them niggas apocalyptic.
No, I said what they went through. I said instead of calling it a dark age, I said
or a dark age. It's like talk on the mic, bro.
Listen.
Like you calling these niggas.
How you telling me to talk on the mic and then you cut me off? You gotta let me talk on the mic. You gotta let me talk on the mic. Listen,
you keep saying the same shit, and I'm asking you to try to get clarification.
What are you asking me?
How are you calling somebody's natural way of living a dark age?
I didn't do that.
Then why are you jacking it then? Why are you jacking somebody else's perspective?
Because that is the history.
Whose history? Where'd you learn that at?
I learned it in a lot of books. They call it Neolithic and Paleolithic age. You can look on Google right now, but I read it in a book.
Neolithic and Paleolithic is different from dark.
Listen, between those ages, that's what kind of like revolutionized them was something.
You're making it seem like them niggas was like going through something wrong or unnatural and Moor saved them.
No, it makes me question a lot about reality at that time.
Okay, bro. All I'm saying is...
I'm not saying I know the answers. I'm just saying that's what it makes me think about when I hear the Moors, and everybody knows that
it's on the mic, bro.
Everybody knows that it's basic. It's basic for them.
What's basic?
For the Moors that they taught European people specifically. Why do people say that? Why, you're not the first person to say that. A lot of people say that. Why do they say that?
To distract you from the fact that Europeans taught the world. That's what niggas say that shit for. That's what I'm trying to say. Niggas say that to distract you.
Okay, niggas say that. Okay.
To distract you from the fact that the Europeans taught the world everything it knows. And then the fact that we want to go down to basic toiletries is a distraction. It's like, what the fuck is niggas talking about? Who gives a fuck about showering and shitting, bro? Who cares? Niggas taught everyone in the world spirituality, bro. Niggas taught everyone in the world government. Niggas taught everyone in the world math and sciences. But niggas want to talk about shitting and showering, bro. Who gives a fuck about shitting and showering, bro?
Right.
Who cares?
You keep on asking me the question. I'm trying to go past the conversation. I keep on saying, yo, bro, it is what it is.
I'm asking you a specific question about nature.
And I answered it, but why are you getting upset?
I'm not getting upset.
I never said that.
I'm not getting upset.
We're putting words in my... Because you're putting words in my mouth.
I'm not putting words... Bro, fuck all of that, bro. We're grown men. We do not have to accuse each other of putting words in each other's mouth. Let's not do that.
Let's not go there.
Let's not go there. Let's not go there.
Ask me the question.
Let's not go there.
Ask me the question.
Like, we grown men, we don't have to play like that, bro.
Bro, ask me the question.
I'm not your girlfriend.
Bro, we passed that. Why are you still on that?
What do you keep saying we passed? We right here having the same conversation. You got these fucking pre-made phrases. These, like, you know what I'm saying? You got these pre-made debate argumentative phrases ready to... it's just,
bro, I'm past it. Let's talk about
stuff like I'm past that. Putting words in my mouth. Like, what's going on? Like, think new, real quick.
Bro, what's the question?
Think new, because when I'm asking you the question over and over, you can't answer because you're. It's like, what's blocking you from learning?
No, you ask me the question, so I'll tell you what was going on. Ask me the question, bro.
I'm not gonna ask you the same question again, bro. Because
all right. So you was basically saying
because you can't perceive the fucking question.
The nature. Why you saying? Why you call? Well, you said why are you calling it the Dark Ages, bro? That's what you just said.
Okay, and then.
I answered your question. That's what they said it is.
Exactly.
Then you asked me another question.
What about you?
Hold on, bro. Then you asked me another question. I'm just responding to you.
What about you? What do you think that was a dark age?
I wasn't there.
I'm asking. See,
but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm asking you. What do you think?
A dark age? But what you have to understand from my perception, what do I view as a dark age? So from the knowledge that I've gathered, right, is that what they went through was very bad. Was very, very bad. That we don't see it today. How it was perceived as how I found out this information, that the Dark Ages was nothing good. Okay, it was nothing good. Let's just say that it was nothing good.
Give me some examples.
Okay,
They're
dying. Hold on. Okay. They caught an airborne disease.
We don't see that today. We just went through COVID.
Listen. It's not like hold on. Okay,
we're in a pandemic.
Okay, you. Okay, cool. They call it airborne disease, right?
Sounds like what we're going through right now. But go ahead.
People dying on the street.
Niggas is killing each other right now.
No, because of this disease
right now.
Right. This disease.
Bodies were piled up in the hospital, according to the news.
This disease was very parasitic in its nature, and at the time they were just getting established with things. But at that time, of their history, maybe at the time of their history, they didn't have like the medicine.
Where we didn't have
the vaccine. They didn't have the medicine.
We didn't have it.
Right?
There's no medicine for COVID still. But go ahead.
Look, this was one place that got affected, and a lot of people died. Okay, a lot of people died.
Word.
Like hundreds of thousands of white people in this one area. They died from this disease. At that same time, if I'm not mistaken, they just didn't have the medicine. There's different parasites and different things that were still existing then. Right? They didn't know what to eat and certain things like that, which is why the plague happened. Like, the reason why the plague happened was just due to lack of education, lack of proper education. You know what I'm saying? Lack of proper education in where they're located.
Okay.
Right? So, because it's cold also, over there, right, they don't have the same crops as we do. Right? So, I understand the nature of the environment. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we're going to have to hunt and kill animal and eat flesh type shit. I get that part. So, but at that specific time, they didn't have medicine. They wasn't knowledgeable as everybody else. Right? So there's different type of parasites, tapeworms, and that wasn't just the only time. When I realized that, they had other little issues going on that they don't really talk about. You know what I'm saying? Other little things. Right? Long story short, they was eating each other. This is for my... I don't know if it was casual, like, oh, let me go kill John over here and then go cook his body. That's not how it was cannibalism. Like niggas wasn't differentiating the human being from the animal. Like, okay, and this is a theory. I'm not even saying that I know this to be true, but this is the history of this is their history that they presented, that they said, right? Right. If you research, if anybody researches it. So I'm just saying, like, if that's what it was, that's what it was. But it could be up for debate if they wasn't.
No. Let's say all of that is true. Right? Let's say all of that is true. Why, to me, it sounds like you're describing this time. Like, okay, then if that's the Dark Ages, we ain't never left. We in the Dark Age right now. So it's like, what's up? We got Jeffrey Dahmer and all of these niggas. And I don't know why you need to read some books out there. I'm not saying you don't read, but there's books out there talking about niggas just eating niggas right now. So, and the average nigga today don't know shit about medicine. The average nigga today has tapeworms and parasites. The average nigga today is not eating right. and don't have no type of education on how to eat bacon, egg, and cheeses, GMO meats. To me, it sounds very similar, very, very similar.
Yeah.
To today. So, was that the dark age, or is this? So what I'm trying to say is, like, if you're gonna call a period of time a dark age, compare it to the age we're in now. Is this more light than that? Is this more natural? Are we living more natural than them? Like, what the fuck is niggas go? Niggas is, we still hunting and eating the same shit. Come on. So what I'm trying to say is, like, we have this perspective of shit that's making it seem like we have progressed since then. We have progressed as a society since then due to the Moors. And what I'm trying to say is, we on a standstill and the Moors just held it down. And they knew if we didn't at least give these niggas some type of science, these niggas would have the ability to destroy this motherfucker. So, maybe that's too much for you to swallow. Maybe that's too much for you to grasp. Maybe that's too much for you to perceive at the moment. But in due time, you'll see what I mean. Calling a nigga's age a dark age.
You hear that, Professor? You hear what he said?
Calling some motherfuckers experiences a dark age might mean, especially if it's a negative connotation to it, it might mean that, to me, I'm putting words in your mouth, I don't give a fuck. Then that means that that other niggas was going through a lighter age or a better age, or we're going through a better age right now. It's like, because we have things, we're a little more better, a little more civilized. We know how to shower and shit, and we know how to fucking eat frozen meat now. So we're better now.
I ain't saying all of that.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying is, like, and when we think about history, we need to learn how to perceive this shit from an African perspective, because the Moors teaching niggas how to shit and shower and grow food and shit like that is basic. And they want to highlight that shit. Oh, Moors taught the European and Caucasus Mountains how to take care of themselves. Kudos. But I think it's a high-key distraction from what the Moors really did. And the reason we could sit here and read shit like Psychastra, Key to Secret ESP Plus controls, because of the Moor. The reason we could sit here and talk about a Buddha, because of the Moor. The reason we could sit here and talk about comedic sciences is because of the Moor. The reason we could vote for a Democrat or Republican is because of a Moor. The reason we sitting in a country called Amorca is because of a Moor. The reason we could study with oxygen and hydrogen and carbon is because of a Moor.
Buddha walk into a bar.
The reason we could talk about 1 + 1 = 2, 0 to 9 is because of a Moor. But when we just think about Moor and we think about the Caucasian learning how to not be cannibalistic is basic. It's like, bro, don't let these niggas. You feel me? Like, that's not that spectacular.
Yo, it is to me. That is to me, bro. Like,
so teaching a nigga how to wipe his ass.
Nah, like I'm thinking deeper than that, bro. I'm not just thinking that.
Well, you ain't mentioned shit, but
no, you asking no
diseases.
No, you got no, bro. I'm speaking now. What you did was I said something, right? I said something about the Moors, right? You didn't like something I said you didn't like.
No, I liked everything you said. I'm piggybacking off of you.
Look,
and I don't think you could piggyback type shit.
I answered your questions, right? But the reason why I say that is because I get that, but it makes me think deeper. This is how it makes me think deeper. Like electricity, for example. You know what I'm saying? Like the invention of electricity. Right? So it goes back to like the civilization. Like, according to my history, they wasn't really that educated. We had a whole trade going on. Everything was good. Like, the world was different then. Before they came into power. There was a time where they didn't have power. And the world was different. So what was considered to be normal now wasn't always was normal then. You know what I'm saying? So it makes me think deep because it makes me think about mythologies, right? Here on this planet. You know, with different cultures. Because if society was different, how our ancestors are telling it, we got magical powers and all of that. So I don't think that we living in the same time. Like, yeah, we have it, but there was a time where we was flying carpets and shit. Magic carpets, and it was normal. You know what I'm saying? Riding a car is not normal. If my research is correct, it's just certain things and how we operated because the knowledge and the intellect wasn't suppressed like that. That's what it makes me think about. What was life like before they became powerful?
Bro, if niggas was flying carpets, niggas could fly carpets right now.
I believe that is possible.
So that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, bro.
But people were doing it like it's a normal thing instead of using gas fuel.
Okay, bro. I got 4 testimonials in this chapter. So do you want to share with you anything from this book? Oh, yeah. Buddha walks into a bar. Like, I'll share some. Oh, yeah, even the title, Buddha walks into a bar. Oh, yeah. If you know the story of the Moors or the Buddha, then, you know, Buddha was the Moor. And I'm replaying the conversation and how it got here. Buddha was a Moor, and Moor went around the world civilizing. So when he went to he taught niggas spirituality. Mm-hmm. Buddha was a Moor. Mm-hmm. Oh, when I think of Moor, I think about, you believe that the European didn't know how to, and the Moors taught them that? Alright. So, what we need to learn how to do is stop looking at the world from a European perspective and stop with the timeline shit and start thinking circular cycles. Because that's how the Africans think, in cycles. We invented this horoscope. We invented astrology, talking about cycles. It goes from Capricorn to Aquarius and back. We invented the cycle. We invented let's go from Saturday to Sunday to back. We invented cycles. So when you're saying timeline, that's why I'm like, I'm piggybacking off of you so that you could learn from an African perspective and stop with the European shit.
I'm not saying
not disagreeing with you.
I'm not saying that I'm not.
Hold on. Hear me. Not disagreeing with you because you just said it again. We're in a different time, and it's like, see, that's because you. It's like, what's this timeline shit? The timeline shit would make you feel like it's different times, and it's like, what? Nigga, this one time, bro. Like this one time, high key, it cycles, my nigga. So like, if you was to think you in a different time than your fucking ancestors, then that means like, what? If like, what? How am I in a different time than my ancestors?
So how you feel about past, present, and future?
I don't feel shit about past, present, and future. Like, what do you mean? How do I feel about it, nigga? Bro,
do you believe in past, present, and future?
I don't give a fuck about past, present, and future. I'm addressing the fact that you just said we're in a different time. So we don't have the same capabilities as our fucking ancestors.
I didn't say that.
You just said that, bro.
I said we might not have the same access.
Okay, bro. I just said that. So I agree, like, we don't have access to do...
No,
they're
two different words that have two different meanings, bro.
Bro, you said our ancestors were capable of flying carpets, and we're in a different time, so we don't have the same capabilities.
No.
That's what you just said, bro.
I can't capabilities.
I don't give a fuck. You just said that we can't fly carpets, but our ancestors could.
I'm saying we don't. It's not like we don't have the capabilities. It's
you just said
available.
That.
It's like it's not available.
You just said that our ancestors can fly carpets and we can't. That's what you just said. You just said something missing. That's what you just said.
No, I'm saying this,
bro.
I'm saying this. This is what I'm saying.
Go ahead. Are you saying that our ancestors fly carpets and we couldn't? Because that's what you just said that. You gonna take it back?
This is what I'm saying.
You saying okay?
Life was different. Life was different, bro. Life was different.
Bro, you just said our ancestors fly carpets and we can't.
Life was different, bro.
You just said that.
You see niggas out here flying carpets? Or
you just said that. You just said that, right? You just said that.
What?
You just said our ancestors fly carpets and we can't because you can't see with your two eyes that niggas is flying carpets.
I'm talking about actual carpet. I'm not talking about anything metaphorical. I'm talking about a carpet.
You just said with your two eyes that we can't see niggas. You just said that shit. Do you see niggas flying carpets? Because you can't see niggas flying carpets. You think niggas can't, huh? You think we can't fly carpets right now?
I never said that, bro. I never said that. I didn't say.
You said that we're in a different time.
I said we're in a different time. That's it.
How?
That's it, bro.
That's what I'm trying to say is that we need to get out of the European mindset of time. Because it makes niggas think niggas in different times.
I'm not saying what black people can and can't do. I'm just saying, like...
You think we don't have the access. That's what you just said. We don't have the access to the information on how to fly carpets. That's what you think. You really think we don't have the access?
No. What I know is that black people, melanated people, were ruling the government.
What government?
We had government before white people was here.
What government was that?
Let's just say this. There was a time white people didn't exist. How about that? And when they didn't exist,
we was all peachy.
No, I'm not saying that.
It was all peachy.
But guess what? But guess what? Guess what?
We wasn't eating each other.
Guess what?
We wasn't.
We had
diseases.
No.
I'm confused. Break it down. What's going on?
We had the educational systems
that we don't have.
Hold on. Listen, let me just speak. Let me speak.
Okay, go ahead.
In those times, we didn't suppress in certain areas the knowledge of like learning and truthfulness.
Who's we?
Okay, it depends on what area you talk about. You talk about America?
I'm just saying, nigga, like, what are you talking about?
Let's just talk about, like, Mayan culture.
You making it seem like before the white niggas
was here,
we was all good. Like,
let's talk about the Native Indian culture. Mm-hmm. About them talking about the red man.
No. Fuck that. You just said before The white man was here. So get back to that.
So, okay, yeah.
So before the niggas was here, how were we living?
In peace. We will also have access to our herbs. Mm-hmm. We had more range to think, and our education wasn't suppressed. The education of who we are and our environment and how we interacted with our environment and the herbs. And when they came... Therefore, that's going to strengthen the cognitive ability if people aren't out here, if they're eating healthy. You know what I'm saying? People are eating healthy, they're creating. There was a whole nother world. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, bro, let's go there. Right? You said, number one, earlier you said, niggas history is just 6,000. You said, right? Oh, you said, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, roughly about 22,000 years ago.
20
to 22,000, like 18,000 BC type shit. You heard?
Yeah.
What was going on around that time?
They say that
around that time.
Look. I'm gonna give you a story. The dude that after I read his book, he been in Egypt multiple times, and he says the stories in his book. Mm-hmm. They were able to catch arrows with their bare hand.
Catch arrows from who? Who the fuck is who's shooting arrows at him? Not no white niggas.
Listen, I'm not talking about that. You asked me what they could do. I was just saying.
Oh, no. I asked you what was going on around the time because you act like things was just all peaceful around that time, and we all had access to who we are around that time. When during that time was pre-dynastic Egypt, pre-dynastic Kemet, Cushites. During that time, and they had a system of government called Semai-Tawid.
No.
And around that time, there was wars. So what's up with all this peace shit? There was differences in government. There was niggas who wanted to rule and become king and kill this nigga and stop this from... Like, come on. Akhenaten got killed. Akhenaten got killed. Akhenaten African got killed by another African. When we were ruling. That wasn't 18,000 BC. That was more recent. More like dynastic Egypt. But either way, bro, before these niggas came. So what I'm trying to say is, ultimately, I want us as black people to get off of European type perspective. Because the Europeans gave us the ideology that they came and fucked shit up. That's power. If I can make you blame me for your shortcomings, I got power. Before I came, you were peaceful, huh? Like, come on, my nigga. If I could do that to you, who's in power? Before I came, everything was all peace and dandy around here. I fucked shit up, nigga. Yeah, gangster. Why we keep doing this to ourselves? Why we keep doing this to ourselves, but we give them niggas the power to disrupt what we got going on? That's new. We make it seem like
so
when
you
they
don't
came...
you don't believe that.
I know for a fact that they ain't do shit. They ain't disrupt nothing. If niggas was flying carpets before, we could fly carpets now. Period, nigga. Do you know about that? You know about that motherfucking powder? That levitation powder that they got in the motherfucking in the Louvre?
I'm not saying that they don't.
I'm in the Louvre. I'm in the Louvre. Come on. Do you know about the Louvre? You know what the Louvre is, right? No. You know what he was saying, Future was saying in that song? I'm in the Louvre. The Louvre is a fucking museum. Do your thing, bro. The Louvre is a fucking museum in Paris, my nigga. In that museum, they got African niggas' heads in there cut off. Showing niggas. French niggas, bro. Showing niggas our heads. But anyways, they also got this powder, this levitation powder from ancient Quindell. Put that shit on anything and float. Today. Put that shit on anything, it floats. Today. Put that shit on anything, 18,000 BC, it floats. So obviously this nigga had a carpet and put that powder on it. Back then, you could have that powder and put it on something today.
Okay, that's cool. I believe that.
So high key, we give niggas too much credit on disrupting our fucking way of life. We are weakening ourselves when we do that shit. We are weakening ourselves when we do that shit. We are like, yo.
Oh, I see where you're coming from.
Yo.
I'm not gonna say like.
Yo, we was all good before these niggas came.
Listen, so you're saying this.
And look. We had to teach them how to shit and all that. Now they just didn't. After we just taught them how to shit, they turn around and they fucked us over. It's like, shit, nigga.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. Hold on. So, you basically saying like, to believe that's history isn't beneficial.
To believe that what's history isn't beneficial.
To believe that white people, not white people, but different ethnic groups of white people are suppressing, in position of power and suppressing black people today.
I like that. That's not what I'm saying, but if that's what you perceive, I agree with you thinking that's what I'm saying. So, that's a start.
Nah, I'm not asking that. I'm asking if, I'm not
agree.
even asking nothing.
I concur. You on a path for what I'm trying to say. So when niggas give niggas credit for suppressing us, for preventing us, for distracting us from our powers, like we at a different time. We can't do without. That's what they want you to fucking think. They want you to think your ancestors had different powers from you and you can't do it. Our ancestors is right here in this room saying, shut the fuck up, yes you could do whatever we could do.
I know that. I believe that. I don't have no problem with that.
So high key, or like, we ain't got the access shit.
That's what they be saying?
That's what Nile said.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you said those exact words. I said we don't have access. I will rewind this podcast, motherfucker. You said we do not have. I said we ain't have the access to that information. I said we don't have the access to that. We're in a different timeline. That's what you said. We're in a different time.
Hi.
We're in a different time. We don't have the access. We don't. Niggas was flying carpets. We flying cars.
But like, all right. So look, I'm saying like it's different today. I'm saying it was common for them to not use vehicles.
It was common for who?
Ancient Egyptians.
Okay, bro, listen.
Ancient Egyptians.
Listen.
Ancient Egyptians.
Listen.
And Lord knows what else.
Listen. In ancient Egypt, just like in modern America, there were and there are some dickhead niggas. Some dumb niggas. Period. There was never a time where everybody was tapped in. Period. So if you the one now, if you're the one, you're the one. If you're the one now, you would have been the one then. If you the one now, if you go back to 18,000 BC, you the one then. Period. And it's going to be niggas that don't have access in 18,000 BC to flying carpets. And it was niggas who did. Elite niggas. Tapped in niggas. Period. Right now, there's niggas who's docile. There's niggas who ain't tapped in. No matter how far you go back, there's always them niggas. There's always 3 types of niggas in this motherfucker. Niggas who was tapped in and knew it. Niggas who was tapped in but they needed a little reminder, and then it was niggas who just ain't, nigga. Always. We got this utopian type mindset. If you go back 18,000, every ancient Egyptian had access to the sciences. Every had access to the mystical sciences and the powers and the... No, brother. No. We it's okay for the Europeans, the Wazulu, to be shitting without toilets.
Listen, bro, if you love white people, just say that, bro.
It's okay for the Wazulu to be eating each other. It's okay. That's what you want to say is a dark age. Not that dark to me. To me, that's just niggas doing what they do.
Yo, bro, we're gonna call it the light age.
I don't give a fuck what we call it.
No, we're gonna start calling it the light age. That's when.
It's all entitlement. Watch what they name you. The ones that give you credit is the same ones that blame you. Entitlement. Putting a title on something limits things. Watch what they name you. I call it is what it is. That's what they do to you. They go to your native countries and they call niggas primitive. Call niggas third world. Put a title on it, and then we automatically look at them as lower. Instead of just, it is what it is, that's how they fucking choose to live. Are y'all getting water from wells? And dams? And streams? And springs? I ain't got no fucking pipes. I ain't got no pipeline. That's what we do. Oh, y'all niggas is shitting without toilets? And y'all ain't showering? Y'all must be in a dark age. Y'all niggas getting water from wells? This must be some third world shit. Instead of, it is what it is. Once you put a title on it, so niggas living in...
People put... You know why people put titles on things?
Why?
The same reason why books have chapters.
Your book ain't got no chapters, baby.
Everybody... I have a book that do got chapters.
That meditation book is just... Ain't no chapters.
Yeah.
It just look like one long chapter. My book, the mouth book, Messages of Up the Hill, not no chapter.
That's why people have titles. So this was the first time I did this. So that's why words exist.
Niggas have titles so you can find it.
Find
online.
what? Your history. So
You
things
can
have to
find
have
it.
titles. So
Not
like
necessarily.
to describe the history or describe the feeling at that time or the economics. That's why words have meaning, and that's why things have titles.
Yeah. Things have titles when you look back and give it a title. But in the present moment, I know for a fact ain't no more came over there and say I was in the Dark Ages. Niggas dickheads now.
Was you in the Dark Ages?
Bro, you look back and call it something now. In the moment, you ain't calling it that.
Like, listen,
You
you
ain't
need to
calling it
blame
that.
white people for the way I'm thinking. Don't blame
I
me.
am. And
Blame white people.
I am. I'm telling you to start. Is this mic? Oh, it's on. I'm telling you to please.
Blame white people.
I don't even think that shit was on. I'm telling you, please think African, bro. Like, or at least don't
say
even
that.
think
Hold on.
African.
Let's see if it's working.
It's working.
Oh, okay. Yo.
I'm not even saying like. I'm just saying consider the fact that niggas is thinking European. You know what I'm saying? With a European perception. Consider it for a second because it's like, what's going on? High key, like, consider it for a second.
Matter of fact, let me see.
But I'm glad that talking about these books led to this. And I look forward to you reading more of that psychiatrist shit. Because high key, niggas need to fucking tap into the power of self type shit. Like high key, like that's one thing I feel like we need to realize. Like, I mean, I don't know. I need to realize I don't give a fuck about everybody else realizing it because I don't know everybody else's capacity, potential, But for niggas who know that they them niggas, you feel me? I hope they know that they them niggas from an African perspective, you heard? And not like European perspective, like materialism, this physical shit. Mm-hmm. Because if you like are quantifying or perceiving yourself in these type of perspectives, you often gonna look at your fucking self in terms of what you lacking.
All right, so this is one resource, right? This says the Middle Ages are often said to be dark because of the lack of scientific and cultural advancement.
The what of what? Because of what? Say that word again. Because of.
Yeah, I'm gonna have you.
No.
I'm gonna have you read it,
bro. Say that word.
Yeah, just go ahead, bro.
No.
It's right there, bro.
Say that word,
bro. I don't want to say it. You say it.
Because of what?
I don't want to say it. You say it.
Because of what? Okay, I'll read it because niggas is scared. Niggas is scared to learn.
Yes, I'm scared. I'm shaking in my. I don't even have boots on.
You scared, bro.
I'm shaking.
You scared. So why you not gonna read it again?
Because I don't feel like it.
Because you scared, nigga.
Why would I be scared?
You scared, nigga. I don't know where you was at to even fucking read it. You gonna just give me a fucking. I don't know where you at. Go ahead, go back to where you was at. Read that sentence again. Mr. Armor, read shit twice and do like. Go ahead, do it again. Say it 3 times. Go ahead. Because of the what?
I'm just gonna do it for the people purposes.
Exactly.
So people can hear. Right. What did it say?
The Middle Ages was
right
known
here.
as dark because
The Middle Ages are known. The Middle Ages are often said to be dark because of a supposed lack of scientific and cultural.
highlight that part right there. Highlight that. Highlight it so I could see what you're saying. Get me.
We about to do this right now. Hold on. I'm gonna highlight it.
Get me.
We're gonna do the whole thing right now.
No.
You're not letting it go, so I'm gonna just
No.
use the internet.
The Middle Ages are often said to be dark because of the supposed. What's that word?
Lack.
Right there. That's where the European got you, and that's my whole point. That's it. That's it, and that's what I'm trying to say. It's like that is niggas' problem. We're gonna run this shit back. I don't know if you was listening to me. Right before you read the shit, right before you cut me off and read the shit, that's exactly what I said. I don't know if you heard me. I say, yo, if we looking at ourselves from a European perspective, we're always gonna be pointing out lack. And then you literally, as I said that, you cut me off and read that shit, bro. I don't know if you noticed that shit.
Listen.
I don't know if you noticed that shit. I say, yo, if you keep looking at, I said right before you read the shit, like literally, bro. That's the last thing I said. Mm-hmm. Literally, that's the last thing I said. If you are studying history from a European perspective, you're always going to point out lack. And then you literally say, hold on, look, I just look up this resource. And then you said the Middle Ages are often said to be dark because of the supposed lack. And that's when I'm like, hold on. What you said? And because I just said that shit just now, bro. I say, yo, if you're looking at history from that type of perspective, you're always going to be pointing out lack.
Okay.
A lack of scientific and cultural advancement. What the fuck is niggas talking about? How is niggas talking about a lack of science and culture? Like the Middle Ages is the other day when if we look
500, year 500, around 500 to over 500 years, they had a lack. That's what it said. But let's go deeper. Let's not just go there. We already brought the phone out. Bro,
hold on. The Middle Ages the other day compared to 18,000 years ago. When niggas had pyramids, there's no lack of cultural advancement, no lack of scientific advancement. Niggas had pyramids that was fucking...
That was in Africa.
Bro.
That's what they said in history. That's in Africa.
There's no lack. So, niggas lost it, pyramids still there.
No.
Niggas ain't go nowhere. When is niggas lacking? Niggas is never lacking, bro. Niggas is not lacking. The pyramids are still here. Niggas is not lacking nothing.
I'm just showing you. I just showed you, pulled up an article, and it just said Dark Ages. That's what it's called in America. It's called the Dark Ages in America.
Bro, niggas ain't lacking shit and never has. When?
I'm just saying.
When does niggas lack?
Ask that nigga.
I'm asking you.
Ask that nigga. I just pulled up a random person.
You think you lacking something? You think you ain't got access to certain shit. You think you can't fly carpets.
I never said that.
You did. You said that shit, bro.
Listen.
You said that shit earlier, bro. Now you saying you never said that shit. You said that niggas is flying cars. You see niggas flying carpets? We could have did this before. We in a different time. Like, who you speaking for we, bro? Because the we I'm speaking for, we could fly carpets, nigga.
Oh, you can fly a carpet.
Nigga, I can fly a carpet, nigga. If niggas was flying carpet before, I can fly a carpet now. If niggas was flying carpet before, whatever my niggas was doing, I could do right now.
Yeah, you could do that, but can you fly one right now?
I can if niggas was. You saying niggas was. I don't know about niggas flying carpets.
I'm just saying, like,
that's a myth.
Advanced. No.
I never heard that shit besides Aladdin. You saying niggas is flying carpets. I'm saying if niggas was, niggas could. Niggas get that powder out the Louvre, put that shit on whatever, and we good. So I can't. Like, we go to the Louvre and still that shit.
I'm saying.
We could go to the Louvre, still like levitation powder.
This is what I'm saying.
Test the contents, figure out what it's made of, reproduce that shit, and put that shit on anything we want, bro. We good, my nigga. They took that shit from us. They took that shit out of the tombs, bro. They took that powder out of the tombs. That's ours. So we gotta find out.
They took it. See, look at you. You're talking from a place of lack.
It's not no lack. It's there, nigga. Bro, ain't no lack. It's there, nigga.
Bro, you're talking from a place of lack.
Bro, ain't no lack. It's there, nigga. It's there. I'm sitting here telling you we can, and you trying to just reverse it because you feeling intimidated by the way I'm talking, nigga. That's what it is,
I'm
nigga.
Not feeling
you are, nigga.
By the way you're talking.
You are, nigga. I'm piggybacking off you and letting you know that from the moment you said Moors taught niggas how to fucking take a shit and shower, I'm letting you know that that's good and dandy. But don't let that distract you from the fact that Moors taught the world everything it knows. Period. On top of that, we ain't lacking a motherfucking thing. And when you go down that rabbit hole like you did, you're going to pull up resources about lack. You pulling it up, bro. I don't need no more resources about lack. Don't give me another article about lack. Because we ain't lacking shit. Can we? You said it, nigga. You the one.
You think you're a white man?
You the one who said.
Do you think you're a white man?
You the one who said that we was flying carpets.
Are you the white man?
You the one who said that we was flying carpets. And we can't now. That's what you said.
I didn't say. You putting words in my mouth.
Fuck. I don't give a fuck, bro. Yes, nigga put words in. Niggas is having these fucking 7th grade comebacks. Don't put words in my mouth. Bro, we're grown. You said we were flying carpets and we can't now. That's what you said.
No, bro.
I don't give a fuck if you worded it as we don't have access to that information. I don't give a fuck if you worded it as, do you see people flying carpets now? You said that we used to and we can't now. And I'm telling you, if we used to, we can still. Period, nigga. Period. Whatever we could do before, we could do now. Period. That's why our ancestors did shit. So that we don't have to do the same shit. We don't have to go through the same shit they did to achieve that shit. It's already in our DNA. Like, we already have all the abilities that they had. That's why we do shit. Nigga, my man's got a brother from another mother that was not raised by his father. Father was not there. Father was not in his life, nigga. When he met his brother as an adult, 21, 22 years old, when he met his brother was more like his father than he was. He said, how the fuck is... He said, yo, bro, you bite your nails, the way you do this, the way you talk, even when you act. Everything is like daddy, and you ain't even know daddy. Nigga, I lived with daddy my whole life, and you're like more daddy than me. Because it's in his fucking DNA. It's in there. It's in there. So just like it's in niggas' DNA, the information that niggas had to fly carpets, if niggas was doing that, it's in our DNA. We do that right now. Ain't no different time. That's European. To think that way. To think that niggas is separated from the time zones. Separated from the timeline. Niggas like to use that.
The timeline records history. That's why the word history exists. Why does
the word history is his, not ours.
Okay.
The timeline is not a thing. We don't have a timeline. I never seen a timeline. All the clocks I see is circular. Ain't no line. It's like that. Cycle. Not line, not linear, it's cyclical. Africans don't believe in timeline, we believe in cycles. So maybe we're going through a cycle of it's not meant for us to be flying carpets right now. And when we get back to it, then we'll be, we went through this cycle, within this age, we're going to be flying carpets again. I'd rather think like that than say like we just can't do it no more because we ain't got the same things.
I didn't say that. Bro,
you keep going through the little kid. I didn't say that. I don't give a... Bro, you said the word we do not have access to that science anymore. You said those words. We don't have the access to that information anymore in order to do that. You said those words. You said that. Do you see niggas flying carpets today? You said that shit. You said that shit niggas used to, and we can't anymore. Of course, just leave it, nigga. Of course, just leave it. Just leave it.
Because you can't handle the conversation.
No, you can't handle the
conversation, bro.
Okay, I can't handle the conversation. I can't handle the conversation, bro. I can't handle the ABC shit that we could find on any meme page today, bro. I'm tired of these fake ass niggas who sitting in their crib, who ain't doing shit, ain't really studying shit, and they just repeating memes that they see, bro. Niggas ain't studying, bro. Niggas ain't doing no type of shit to empower themselves, but want to talk about lack. We ain't got this, we're oppressed, and all this bullshit, bro. We really tapped in, bro. We really them niggas, bro. We ain't never stopped being them niggas since. We ain't never stopped, my nigga.
I agree.
Period, nigga. So I'm not gonna sit here and pull up no shit talking about niggas lack, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that my ancestors could have did this and we can't do that now. I'm not gonna never do that, nigga. Cause we them niggas, nigga. We ain't never stopped being them niggas, nigga. Period, nigga. And that's what I want my niggas to know. That's what I want the audience to know. That's the information I want to. I don't give a fuck about the who the fuck is going to perceive this well or not, my nigga. But high key, if there's some niggas who's going to listen to this. If there's some niggas who's going to listen to this, and they are them niggas, I hope they feel empowered. I hope they feel empowered. I'm not Candace Owens.
You said you Candace Owens?
I'm not Candace Owens. I'm not Candace Owens. I'm not going to tell you that we're lacking. I'm not Candace Owens. I'm not going to tell you that we have it and we're not using it. That we have these things and we're just not using our capability. I'm not going to tell you that. We are using it. We really them niggas right now, bro. We ain't never stop being them niggas, bro. We are the life force of this world, bro. We are the life force of every social media platform, every TV station. It's all based on us and our culture. Everything. Every superhero. Every TikTok challenge. Every TikTok dance. It's all based off African spirituality, African culture. All the music. It's all based off of African drums, sounds. It's all us, unless it ain't gonna pop. All the shows, from the reality TV shows, the bitches fighting and shit, acting sassy like black
Yeah,
girls.
that's for another day. You talk about everything come from Africa, but bro, I don't know about all that.
Okay, bro. It's all us. You ain't gotta know about that. I know.
I know too, bro.
I know.
I know too.
I know. It's no such thing as another day. It's all today. But it's okay. I'm not trying to shut you down. But I'm not going. I don't disagree with you. I'm just letting you know when you speak in that way, what perspective.
How it possibly could be impacting my mind.
That's for you to decide. I'm just letting you know what perspective that perspective is. Like that perspective that you're speaking from, bro. You're not speaking from that raw. You're not speaking from that when you talk like that. You're not speaking from that in you when you're talking like that. Like, oh yeah, we're lacking. We can't do this. I didn't say that. We once flying carpets. Do you see niggas flying carpets today? That's not the native indigenous speaking. Like when you're talking like that, if African is not that you want to claim, that's not your indigenous self speaking like that. That's not the indigenous in you saying that. Your indigenous self won't claim any disconnect from your ancient, from who you are. So I'm not saying you wrong to call these niggas time of dark ages. I'm just saying, yo, that's a different perspective. That's not us to be saying that there's an age that's dark, especially an age where niggas is naturally being themselves. These niggas ain't stop doing that type of shit. Still eating niggas. Still spreading disease. That's their nature. That's what they do. They put the whole world on lockdown. Look back at that in 20 years from now, they can call it a pandemic. Right? That's what they call it. What's the difference between the dark age and the pandemic? Man, listen, man. Yeah, we could end this shit, man, because high key, when niggas is, I need to practice more of this Buddha body chita. That's what this conversation is. I need to be more, inshallah. I need to be more, inshallah. I will be more.
Yeah, I'm
empathetic, bro.
I'm gonna pray for
Don't pray for me, my nigga. Don't pray to nobody for me, bro. Don't pray for me, bro. I got myself, nigga.
Yes, sir.
You heard? Inshallah. Nigga, I got me, nigga.
You don't want me to pray for you?
Hell no. Hell no.
Why you don't want me to pray for you?
I don't think you really want to know. That's a conversation for another day, as you would say. You feel me? It's a conversation for another day. Where you Yeah, that's a conversation for another day. You ain't gotta pray for me, bro. But if you wanna do something for me, bro. If you wanna do something for me,
What you want? Yeah.
please, this is what you can do for me. Stray away from speaking any sort of lack into your life. That'll help me more than anything.
I feel you, bro. I'm here with you, my G. I'm here with you.
Stray away from pointing out anything you do not have access to. That's what you can do for me. Stray away from pointing out how you don't have access to certain powers.
I do have access to certain.
Okay. Any sort of magic or any sort of capabilities that the OGs had. If you want to do something for me, do that for me. That's the best thing you could do for me. You feel me?
Hey, man.
If you want to do something for me, I got a book over there called Yurugu.
The best thing you could do for me right now is just be yourself.
I am.
You know?
That's what I am being myself, nigga. There's a book over there called Yurugu, an African critique of the European perspective. So that way we could critique them niggas from our perspective. There's a book over there called The ISIS Papers, another European critique from African perspective by the late Dr. Francis Cress Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
You know about the OG?
Yeah, she cool.
You feel me? You could tap into those books. Yeah, and we could start right there. Those are probably two of the most important books when it comes to like African empowerment.
Mm-hmm. Alright, yo, shoot. I think this was a great podcast. This was lit.
Maybe.
It's the first one, take one. You know what I'm saying? Alright, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Thank you so much. Peace.